Big Salaams, brothers and sisters. Y'all, welcome back to Big Salaams, hosted by me, your brother Abdulai Freeman. I hope everybody is doing fantastic and wonderful. Alhamdulillah, we here. And I mean, it's just interesting times we live in, man. I mean, the internet has been going crazy over the release of those files. And I mean, just things as far as geopolitics, things as far as AI taking over. I mean, when you think about the times we live in right now, it's like it's turbulent, man. It's like every day you wake up, it's a new headline, it's a new story, and it just makes you think like, how do I keep up with all of this? Or like, what do I do? Like, is there a rock to go and climb under? Well, we're gonna talk about some of that stuff today. But I think the underlying thread that I really look at is like Islam really gives us the framework to dealing with a lot of these situations, how to cope with the modern age. It's just about framing it and how we look at it, right? I'm personally somebody that I've always been interested as far as the topic of Islamic eschatology, right? Study of the end times and things of that nature. And as you look deeper into it, I cannot sit and definitively tell anybody we live in the end times. I don't have that type of basira, that insight to say, or I don't have a definitive angel whispering to me. Now, I may have insight, basira, right? Insight, feeling that I'm inclining to lean in this way, but I can't definitively say. However, when you look at the society and everything that's going on around us and you see all of the issues, it's like, it's kind of like if you when you got on a really nice outfit and it's raining really heavy, and you go and you look outside the window, you see puddles. It look cloudy outside. You're like, oh, don't tell me it's raining. Is it raining? You trying to deny it, but it's raining. You're like, it's gonna stop soon. It's gonna stop, and then the rain start to pick up a little more, and it's like, you don't know when it's gonna stop, right? But definitely it's raining or it's about to rain, I should say, right? Either way, with that being said, I was looking at just how people view society. I was watching a couple of videos on YouTube by some creators. It was one video by a lady called Things Mom Should Have Told You. And she was just mentioning how many people are with this whole, it's a new wave coming as far as the economy, right? Yanis Varoufakis, I think that's how you say his name. He used to be the Greek minister of like economics. He termed it Techno-Feudalism, where basically it's a feudal system. You have serfs and lords. I believe that's how the terminology for the two inside. You have the people who own the land or the platforms now, right? So the big players as far as tech, the Googles, the Amazons, the Microsofts, ChatGPTs, etc., Nvidias. And then you have the players, people who play on their land and try to benefit. Like, you're helping make them money, but you're just trying to make yourself something, right? And as we work very hard with the dream that if we work hard, we can achieve something, what then happens is all of our attention is then shifted from ourselves, our lives, to trying to generate enough to build this dream out. Now, what happens is when you shift your attention, right? What's the best way to put that? Because I also got this from Professor Yang, right? Or Professor Zhang, I'm sorry, Xiaoqun Zhang of predictive history, that attention is energy. Whatever you're focused on is the energy. And it makes me think about the hadith, إِنَّمَا أَمَالَهُ بِنِيَّةٍ وَإِنَّمَا لِكُلِّ امْرِئٍ مَا نَوَى. I might have messed that up, astaghfirullah. But actions are judged according to their intention, right? The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, he said. It's a longer hadith, right? Either way, it goes into saying that, your intention that you have inside will dictate your actions. One thing also, though, you see is when he says that, Professor Zhang now, that your attention is your energy, the relationship now we have to ask is, what's the relationship between intention and attention? And your intention will determine your attention. But because the ulama of Islam say the eyes are a portal into the heart, your attention also can alter your intention, right? Potentially, right? I could be wrong. This is me just speaking. This is nothing like fiqh or anything like that. I'm just speaking on like a spiritual basis. The reason I say that, or psychological basis, the reason I say that is you may have a good intention, but seeing something and, also factoring things like waswasa and things of that nature, it can shift what your intention was. So, for example, you may be somebody that's a good, hardworking, humble guy, right? But then it's like, eventually you see people who have wealth, the things you want, and it's like, oh, I don't have those things. I want those things too. I need to shift what I'm doing. Nah, what I'm doing is not good, man. Maybe I'm doing too much of this. Yeah, let me shift that. And what you're doing could be nice. It just could be Allah hasn't willed for you to have whatever that is at that time. However, we shift, we switch. It's like, right? Either way, with this new system, right, or this system now that's coming into play, our intention has now focused on how to amass some type of money to be able to buy our freedoms. Essentially, that's what we're all looking to do, buy our freedoms, right? We're making it because it's like, okay, I want to be able to live a life that I want to live because I hate my 9 to 5 job. I hate having to pay rent to somebody all the time or having to pay a mortgage, or if I want to do something, I have to put myself in like uncomfortable debt. I mean, you see that it also, this shift in attention is changing people's philosophical or religious viewpoints, right? So, for example, many people in society now don't want to have children just off the standpoint of like, A, they feel like I can't afford it, or it's going to take up too much money, or why would I bring my child into this world? I need to achieve this dream. I have to sacrifice. And then you have all these gurus and these people who are rich or come from privileged backgrounds, both in fact, right? And they tell you, oh yeah, you have to sacrifice. I made it because I sacrificed, right? I sacrificed and I made it, right? Which isn't necessarily the case for most people in those positions, right? Some of them either ran into something nice or had something lined up from before, or some people just did as the great Eddie Guerrero did. I lie, I cheat, I steal. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like that thing of working hard is now pressed upon us, and now we think we have to work hard, and this is how we'll achieve our dreams. Is working hard true? Yes. But it's many of people who work hard who they just can't get past a certain thing because there's other factors that hold them back. I mean, it's people in Africa, Latin America, Southern America, Asia. I mean, these people work. You can't imagine the level of work these people put in. And they have nothing to show for it. I mean, nothing. So it's not something to where, okay, you just do it and boom, I got it, right? It's not like that, right? So now people were fighting. We're all on these platforms now. Like I said, Techno-Feudalism. We are the serfs. We're working. We making content every day. People making content every day. Oh, I gotta make this content every day. I have to make content. That was an issue for me when I was a content creator. I mean, I guess I'm a content creator still, but I mean, when I was trying to do it on like the micro basis of like the TikToks, the Instagrams, just making the short reels or short videos. As somebody that is like artistic, I wanted to make original things that had meaning. But as you create something artistic, you can make something every day, but you wouldn't share that thing every day. It's certain pieces we feel that are completed that you would want to share with the world. However, the system just gets you put it out, 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 put it out. See, I done made that into a whole song. Y'all make that into a TikTok thing. Y'all put some beat with it. Just right. But either way, it's just like put it out, put it out, put it out, right? And some stuff is like it's not done, right? Either way you're doing this, but as you're doing this, hoping to gain people, gain potential money, right? Gain the biggest thing that we're all looking for, status. Gain status. You're helping build up these platforms. You're feeding their algorithms. They're being trained on how do you think. Because the other thing about it that we don't say, all this stuff we put on there, they got tabs for us. They got profiles. They're probably documenting who we are, what we think, how we think. They have a profile on you. Will.i.am, he was doing a Davos interview with I forget who it is. Is it NBC or I forget, but he was doing one after he attended the World Economic Forum, Davos 2026. And he was mentioning how AI, he said, it's bad right now because there isn't a way for people to get paid from it, your image, your data, your likeness, or your sound being used. But once there's a place to where it's almost like a bank where people can get paid for it, then he said it would be good. Then what hit me was, that's going to be the next $1 trillion idea. It's going to be a data bank, right? And it's going to have everybody's information there, from the profiles and the algorithms and all the information they've collected on us from years of social media usage. Put it there, and it's all going to be there. Who you are. And they're going to continue to collect more as everything becomes more and more enshrined inside of internet services, right? But they have these profiles on us. This is what they like to listen to. This is who they are. This is, in America, one thing that sucks, all of us in the US, we can't decline a lot of the data collection services. They just tell you have to agree. If you don't, they kick you off the site. Other countries you can reject and say, no, I don't want, like Europe and Australia, other places. I think we need to fight for that, protect our data, because it's your right. It's not their right to have. Either way, to bring it, I know I said Islam, right? How does Islam fit into all of this? I'm getting to that. So either way, you have this idea for the trillion-dollar company that's going to be a data bank, right? You have us working to build up their platforms. But the thing I said before is fighting for is status. Everybody wants to be important. We all want to be like, yeah, here I am. Like, I got it. I did it. I'm this, I'm that. Because status in our societies is only given to a few, because these are the people with the power who make the decisions, or the important people, quote unquote, right? Now, Islam. Oh, and wealth too. People want wealth, like I mentioned before, because they've made poverty a thing to threaten you, And Allah talks about that in the Quran, how the shaitan, he threatens you with poverty, But don't be afraid of that. Fear Allah. Allah will take care of you. Allah is the one who provides. And this is where Islam comes into play. Islam provides us with the framework to realize many things, The first is, as they say in Surah Al-Ala, right? And indeed, the hereafter is better for you, right? This life is just, I believe it's in Surah Kaf, right? This life is just adornment, right? Or Surah, is it Zukhruf? I can't remember. I have to see. But in the Quran, it says this life is just adornment, right? It's just adornment. But this is not the real life, right? We think, okay, no, I'm sorry. The ayat, wealth and sons are adornments of this world, right? That's what we're all looking for, to have wealth, have sons, have this and that, children in general, right? But just to, I need children, I need money, I need to enjoy, I need this, I need that, I need this, right? And this is what the shaitan tries to fool us with, right? Islam doesn't say be poor now, but we think because of our society and how it's based, we have to look for the money first. If it doesn't equal money, it doesn't make sense. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense, right? And it's like, that's not living. That's not life. There are experiences you're going to do that's not money going to come from it. One of the key and biggest experiences in our society that Islam promotes that we need to really guard is our interactions with other people. Islam tells us to be good to our neighbors, be good to those around us, to smile, is sunnah, many things that are keys to pleasures of this life that money can't give you. Pleasant interactions with people, happy interactions, money can't buy this. Money cannot buy this. Money cannot replace this. The richness that you feel, the happiness, community, right? Because when you get with other people, you guys are nice to each other, you guys work together to do other things, you begin to establish community. Community is something that money cannot buy. Money can get you like an army, a private army. Money can get you some people to rock with you. But once the money is gone, it's not there. But a genuine basis of treating each other with great human decency and respect, right? Because we have the other thing, respect is earned. It's not given, it's earned. You have to earn my respect. No. Every human being, Allah says in the Quran, and we have honored every son of Adam, right? Like we are all born with the respect, and we should all give each other a baseline of respect. Now that trust, that's different. You got to earn somebody's trust, right? Respect, though, we should all respect each other. It has to be a baseline of respect we all give to each other to keep peace amongst the society, keep peace in the place. But it's like, you got to earn my respect. Well, how do I earn your respect? I got to do something you like. All right, I'm going to give you $5. That ain't enough. I'm going to give you $10. What, you want me to take you out to dinner? Right? Like that statement, earn my respect, And that's why if you look in the life of our Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Quraysh, they didn't it's not that they didn't believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because they say Allah is fake. They didn't believe because it was going against their business model, right? them being able to have the Kaaba on lock and getting money from people who came as the pilgrims to the Kaaba, them being able to have riba and debt over people in the tribes in the area, right? This is why you see the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him. What did he do? He relinquished his family's debt, right? He's like, whatever they owe, starting with my family, with anything with riba is forgiven. It's like, let it go. We don't take any riba again. That's it, right? You know, or let me double check that. He might have just relinquished the riba. I don't know if he relinquished all of the debt for Abdullah ibn Abbas, radiallahu anhu. Either way, right? He got rid of the riba, right? Because this is what traps the people, the debt. This is what puts people in this state. This is what alters people's viewpoints, right? Islam also tells us what? To give zakah. Giving zakah can only be given if you strive, you make money, you have money to give. If you're fakir, you're a poor person or miskin guy, you're not giving zakah. You may give sadaqah once in a while, but you need money, right? But Islam is telling us to do what? Believe in Allah, establish the prayer, and go out, do good work hard, make money. Then we can give in our society. But from that money we make, it's not you just keep it and say, ha ha, I got money. Ha ha, look at me, I'm fresh. Ha ha. No, it's so then you give that money to help others in the society, this video I could go on and on, long and long, but it's just something brief I wanted to discuss. Islam definitely gives us the viewpoints to many of these issues. And as far as techno-feudalism, right? Let me get to those, right? Debt, Islam talks about how to go against that. But values, that's the other thing. These platforms will only control us by how much we put value into them. But the reality is, they're cyber. And once you're off of it and you begin to engage in real life, yeah, you may have some tough points, but real life is still there. It's the whole world out there, and many things, many experiences that can go against this, that you don't have to feel like you're trapped by, that you don't have to feel like, oh, I have to be here, right? A lot of when I got off social media, I had a lot of anxiety the first time, like, I'm not gonna know about nothing. It's gonna be tough. Listen, man, sometimes not knowing about nothing is a good thing. I'm telling you, right now with all the files being released about oh boy, yeah, it's a good thing. Either way, y'all tell me what y'all think. It's just something for there. Islam, the modern age, techno-feudalism. Y'all tell me what y'all think below. I'll see you guys later. Big salams.